Hello students, this is Nitin Mohod, and here through this video we are going to see the different applications of cathode ray oscilloscope, that where the cathode ray oscilloscope can be used and which are the parameters which can be measured with the help of CRO. So in applications of CRO, first we will uh, try to understand that what are the parameters it can measure. So it's a versatile instrument used to measure voltages, AC or DC, then frequency and phase. First, we will go for measurement of DC voltage. So while measuring the DC voltage with the help of CRO, some of the pre-adjustment are to be done on the panel of the CRO, and these adjustments are like this. Make CRO on and put the functional switch of the time base on internal position. A horizontal line will appear on the screen. Adjust X and Y position control knobs so that the line comes exactly at the center of the screen. Then by adjusting the intensity and focus control knobs, make the line as sharp as possible. Now select suitable position of volts per division knob, because we are going to measure here DC voltage. It may be say 1 volts per division or 5 volts per division, and apply unknown DC voltage to Y input of the CRO. So on applying unknown DC voltage to the Y input of the CRO, the line which was initially at the center, we have adjusted at the center of the screen, that will move either upward or will shift downward depending upon the polarity of the DC signal. Figure A here and B shows the original and the new position of the line respectively after application of the DC voltage to the CRO. Magnitude of the unknown signal is given by V volts is equal to volts per division multiplied by displacement of line in division. So as you can see here, the displacement of this line which was initially here at the center is 1, 2 and 3 divisions. Let volts per division knob is at 5 volts per division and the displacement is of 3 divisions. Therefore, the magnitude of DC voltage will be equal to 5 volts per division multiplied by 3 divisions, that is gives me 15 volts. So it means the DC voltage which is being applied as an external signal to this CRO is of 15 volts. So this is how the DC voltage is measured with the help of CRO. Then measurement of AC voltage. Again, pre-adjustment on the panel of the CRO are to be done. So make CRO on and put the functional switch of the time base on internal position. Again, horizontal line will appear on the CRO screen. Adjust X and Y position control knobs so that the line comes exactly at the center of the screen. Adjusting intensity and focus control knobs make the line as sharp as possible. Now here you can see in the diagram, this is the initial adjustment we have done and the line is obtained at the center of the screen. Figure A shows position of the line before application of AC signal. Now to determine number of divisions between positive and negative peaks. On application of AC signal, we will get such type of AC signal on the screen. And here, to determine the number of division between positive and negative peaks, that is, this is the positive peak of the signal and this is the negative peak of the signal. And this voltage is identified as VPP, that is peak to peak voltage. Amplitude of AC signal is given by VPP, that is number of vertical divisions on the screen between the peaks multiplied by volts per division, where VPP is the peak to peak voltage, means this peak to this peak, that is this voltage of input signal. Hence VP means the maximum displacement of the signal from the origin, either on the positive side or on the negative side. So this is VP. So VPP is twice the VP. So Vp is equal to Vpp divided by 2, that is maximum value of AC. RMS value of the signal is given by V RMS, that is root mean square value, is equal to VPP upon 2 root 2, or since VPP is nothing but VP into 2 or VP is equal to VPP upon 2, we can replace this VPP by VP and we can get it's equal to VP upon root 2. So far the measurement of unknown frequency is concerned. So unknown frequency can be measured in two ways. One, when the time base is calibrated, and another is when the time base is not calibrated. So first, when the time base is calibrated. Here the measurement of frequency is very simple. Here you can see the diagram which we will get on application of the AC signal to the CRO. Apply unknown frequency signal to Y input of CRO and keep time base switch on internal position as an internal adjustment actually, or initial adjustments. Adjust time per division knob to get least number of waves on the screen and measure period T. Now time period T is the distance between one positive half and one negative half. So this distance from this point to from this point to this point, that is called as the time period of the signal. So frequency is equal to 1 upon T Hertz, where time period T is equals to number of division in 1 cycles multiplied by time per division. Let number of division in 1 cycle equal to 4 and time per division scale is at 2 milliseconds per division. Then unknown frequency will be equal to 1 upon T, that is 4 into 2 milliseconds. So 4 into 2 into 10 raised to power minus 3 seconds. That is equal to 1 upon 8 kilohertz, which gives me 0.125 kilohertz. That is equal to 125 hertz. When the time base is not calibrated or frequency measurement with the help of Lissajous figure is to be done, then this method is to be applied. This is the best method to measure the unknown frequency when the time base is not calibrated. Put time base knob on external position. Switch on CRO and apply known frequency signal from the oscillator to X input of CRO, while unknown frequency signal to Y input of CRO. It means here two things we have to do. First is, instead of putting the time base knob on internal position, we are putting it on external position. Second thing, we are applying the known frequency signal and unknown frequency signal, both the frequency signals, to X input and Y input of the CRO, and try to obtain the Lissajous figure on the screen by varying the frequency of the oscillator. So one time will come when the match frequencies will match, you will get this type of pattern on the screen, that is called the Lissajous figure. When both the frequencies matches, the pattern as shown can be obtained on the screen. Now by obtaining the X and Y intersects made by the Lissajous figure, unknown frequency can be calculated by using the formula Fy equals to number of intercepts made by the figure along x-axis divided by y-axis multiplied by fx, that is px upon py into fx, where px is the intercept, number of intercepts made along x-axis, py number of intercepts made along y-axis, and fx is the known frequency. Now here we will try to understand from the different Lissajous figure patterns which can be obtained on the screen. We will try to know the unknown frequency. So let pattern obtained is as shown. Let fx, that is the known frequency, is equal to 100 Hz. Here in this pattern, px is equal to 2, since the intercepts made by this diagram on the x-axis are 2. This is 1 and this is 2. While the intercepts made by this diagram on the y-axis is 1 here only, therefore py is equal to 1. Hence unknown frequency is equal to Fy equals to 2, that is px upon py, that is 1 into 100, that is 200 Hz. Moving on to the next example, let the Lissajous pattern obtained has following shape, and let fx is equal to, that is known frequency, is equal to 150 Hz. Here px, that is the number of intercepts made with the x-axis, is only 1, while the number of intercepts made with the y-axis are 1, 2 and 3. Therefore, by using formula we will get Fy equals to 1 upon 3 multiplied by 150, that gives me 50 Hertz. Hence, by obtaining a steady pattern of Lissajous figure, unknown frequency can be calculated. Then measurement of phase difference. A phase difference between two sine waves of the same frequency can be obtained with the help of CRO as follows. The two sine voltages are applied to X and Y inputs of CRO simultaneously, and the time-based switch is kept on again on external position. Resultant pattern on the screen is an ellipse as shown, you can see here. Phase difference of the two signals is given by sin theta equals to y1 upon y2. So this is y1, while y2 is the maximum displacement from the x-axis. So is equal to x1 upon x2. Means x1 means the intercept made here, and x2 is the maximum displacement from this y-axis, where y1 is y-axis intercept, y2 is maximum y-axis deflection, x1 is x-axis intercept, while x2 is maximum x-axis deflection, and theta is the phase difference. So this is how the phase difference between the two signals can be obtained with the help of CRO. I hope the applications of CRO are clear to you. So far, the measurement of DC voltage, measurement of AC voltage, measurement of frequencies when the time base is calibrated and not calibrated, and measurement of phase difference is clear to you. Thank you.